Hello and welcome to the next episode in my Citroen Relay van build series. It's a bit blustery this morning, hence lots of layers on because it's a bit brr. Right, so I'm fitting my Remis cab blinds today. Remis, Remi, I don't know, you choose. Anyway, those. So I got a full set for both side windows and the one for the front as well. But the fit is not going to be that straightforward because I'm going to also be fitting my cab locks for the doors. These again, my pronunciation's rubbish. Is that Thule? Yeah, that one. So they've got to go there. Which means I'm going to have to cut a little bit away from the cab line to make that fit. And also, because I have a Citroen Relay, is it Enterprise model, I think it's called, I've got a problem in the middle at the front as well. Let's jump inside and I'll show you what I'm going to have to do. So this particular model that has the parcel shelf at the top here, has got a problem for the front one insofar as this this trim here, which you can see, goes all the way to the window at the front. So the front of this trim is going to have to be taken off and trimmed back to allow the cab line to slide up in behind there. So that's just going to add an extra little dimension to the challenge, but nothing a multi-tool and a bit of measuring won't sort out, I'm sure. So I'm going to do the passenger side door first, and then we'll have a look at the one at the front. So without me flapping my lips anymore, let's crack on. Right, so the first thing I've had to do, using the instructions for the cab lock, which is literally just one page of A4 that you print off of the internet, is to mark out. So obviously first things first is you start with a good load of masking tape on there so you can see what you're doing, and then put that in there in the position that they suggest, which is there, so that when you close there's about a centimetre gap down this side, you know, from the door rubber, so that it doesn't catch and will close and open nicely. And the first problem I had was, even with my deep pencil, is how do I mark that hole, because that ain't long enough. But then I figured out in the pack it comes with this little rubber gasket which goes on the back there, and of course that's got the holes in it. So once you've drawn around it and you've got your shape, you can simply hold that on there, and then you can mark your hole positions using that. So that's quite straightforward. And with the cab blind, what I'm going to find is when I've put that in, that is going to be positioned pretty well exactly where that mounting point is. So that basically, that bit is going to have to be cut out. So I'm going to find another way of securing the bottom of this, probably with a little bracket either below or above that, and take this out, because that's going to have to be cut off anyway, for the cab lock. And also because the idea of this is that this sort of slots down into place when you fix it. Of course, with the cab lock in there, even if I went above it with the cab lock, with that jamming the plastic, you're not going to be able to slide up and down anyway. So that's pretty well defunct. But minor problem, we'll find a way of fixing the bottom here. I have taken the liberty of starting to disassemble this. So in the Remis cab blind instructions, basically they say take this off first. So you basically unclip it all the way around. You don't really even need any tools for that. You can just do it with your fingers, and then that basically unclips. That's nice and simple. And then in here, what you need to do then is to remove these two white plastic clips here, because the Remis blinds will clip into those holes, and it also clips into those two pieces there. But these clips here, you don't need to worry too much about, because there's a sticky pad on the back of the cab blind which basically sticks onto the metal in behind there. Actually, let me just show you that on the thing. kind of awkward being the wrong way around now, but I'm sure you get the flavour for it. So there's your two clips, which will go in there and there. And then across the top here you've got two metal clips there and there, which go into there and there. And then on the back here you can see we've got some little Velcro strips with some sticky tape on, and they're positioned so that they will stick onto the bit of metal in behind those clips there. That's pretty well it. So there's those fixings there. There's a screw that you put in on the top of the blind, which is covered by the Remis logo, which is up here, just like a little self tapper. And then that clip on the bottom here, which I was mentioning before. So the rest of it will all clip together nice and simple. It's a 5-minute job, so it's just really this corner that we need to fight with. Right, let me make a cup of tea, have a ponder on that for a minute, and think about the best course of action to attack that.
A little later.
So there's my mark. That's all bendy and twisty there. Let's work out what's going to be flat and what isn't. So what I'm just doing there is I've marked the position of the cab lock in behind there, as you saw a little bit earlier, and then with the blind offered into place, again loads of masking tape so we can see what we're doing. Basically just you know, iron that up through here just with your eyesight really, just to get that in what is going to effectively be the right place, and then draw around that. And then that is going to be our mark. So I'm just going to double check and triple check those measurements, and then we'll work out how to cut this out. So I'll come back to you in a mo. I want to double and triple check that, because of course what I don't want is a dirty great big gap at the top or the bottom and it look like a pig's ear. That's what we're effectively trying to avoid here. Right, be back to you in a mo. Great job. Right, young Harry's just drilled those holes there for us, and little bit of tape underneath there. Look, catches all those bits of metal, stops them showering all down the van. So we'll just get rid of that. Do forgive any wind noise blusterness you can hear on the camera today, but it's really blowing a gale wind-wise this morning. So we're doing our best. Got a dead cat on the top of the camera, which hopefully is helping a little bit. Right, we can get all this off now. While I do that, Harry, would you mind to go and get a cotton bud from inside? You know, the sort of ones you poke in your ear. Just one cotton bud would be great, please. Right, now as we do with all bare metal, we're just going to seal these holes up. So a touch of the old Hammerite paint again, and a cotton wool bud, and that does the job there just lovely. So you can poke that through the hole a little bit, Harry, and then give it a twist, and you get it all round on the inside as well. There you go, look at that, marvellous. Right, so we do that to all 4 holes. That's it, don't worry, we'll poke inside in a minute when we put the screws in. That's it, on the other side. Actually, just use the end of that and just poke that through this one through the hole. We don't want to pull that out, we'll get painty fingers, won't we? It's only a bit of cotton wool, that ain't going to hurt anything. Right, marvellous. Those holes look a bit on the big side, but that's what the instructions say, so hopefully that's going to be right. Otherwise, if not, we're going to be making those a bit bigger and using some little riv nuts, aren't we, instead? But fingers crossed. Okay, so rubber gasket on the back, screw through the hole. It looks like my PZ2 is pretty well the right size for that. We'll see how we get on with the first one now. So now let's just try and screw that in. Doesn't seem anywhere near as tight as I think I would like that. You know, just a self-tapping screw doesn't quite seem the right thing to me there. I think that would be better designed to utilising some riv nuts or something in there, but still, never mind. That's what they say, and that's on. Right. Now let's cut the cab blind and hope for the best. Right, now because this looks like pretty well the same sort of stuff as those Solway panels, I'm going to break out the same cutting method, which is the jigsaw with the big jagged blade in there. And hopefully what will happen then is I'm not going to heat this up and it's all going to start gluing back together and make a sticky horrible mess. That's the idea anyway. Let's see how we get on. Well, it's made a nice clean cut. The moment of truth though is have I cut it in the right place. Are you in?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think I'll live with that. Yeah, that's alright. Fraction wide just on this side here, just got a millimetre gap, but you know, I think we can, it's not the end of the world, is it? And I think I just want a little bracket under here and one up above here, and job would be a winner. Yeah, that worked, didn't it? Right, so what I'm going to do is, you can tell I'm a strong advocate of the older masking tape on everything, so I'm going to shove a bit up in there like that, shove a bit up in behind there like that, and try and get this kind of offered into position like so. And of course, by doing that, I then know where the outside edge of this cab blind is for mounting the brackets on the inside. So I'm just going to pop a little bracket and a screw there, bracket and a screw there, and then that's going to secure that corner nicely. Right. Let me find something to do that with.
A little later.
3 weeks later.
So what you do is you take it along, try and use your yes hand and stroke a nice long stroke like that. That'll start the groove for you. Look at this, and Harry's learning some new skills as well. It's a great day, isn't it? Right, so using the bit I've chopped out, I'm just going to offer that in against this line, because I know that's my outside edge, to get a flavour for where this bracket needs to be on the inside, which is there, like that. And then I'm going to, actually that's too many things to hold I think in one go, so I'm going to just pencil that so I know where I am. Right, so I've got this mark, so we're just going to pop these in here with some little self tappers. And another screw if you'd be so kind. Lovely, that's going to do the trick. Right, and the other one. Now I know you're probably thinking, what the hell is he doing? But it will all make sense in a minute, and there's a reason why I've used this soft aluminium angle. Right. Let's prep up the rest of it, and then we're nearly ready to actually fit the blind and be well on our way to done on this side. Yeah, there we go. And then what I'm going to do here, look, which is why I've got some soft aluminium in there, is I'm going to pop a little screw through here, which will then go into there. You know, so I put a little plastic cap on there. I had some spares from my Solway panel kit. And then cap over the top, and I think the phrase we're looking for is winner winner chicken dinner. Let's get the top this one in, get that walk round into place like so. Oh, I forgot the cap, you idiot. There. And that is how we do that. All the other clips are in. Just need the screw at the top. And we're done, I think. It supplies a little self-tapping screw for this, but I'm going to use my own little self-drilling ones again, like I've used down here, because that's just so much easier than all that drilling pilot holes and flapping about, isn't it? So that just goes up in there. Just like that. Put the Remis cap back on. And then I need to put the handle on here. But before we do that, let's just have a little check of how these actually work. And you pull that together. Pull that across, like so, into there. Well, marvellous, that's all right, isn't it? It feels a bit, you know, on the older flimsy side there, to be fair, but, you know, I think they're all basically the same, aren't they? I love the little sign here that says, "Don't drive with the blinds shut." The shame is that they feel it necessary to put a sticker there saying don't drive with the blind shut, but still. Right, and then last thing to do is to get this handle onto here. Now it comes with a bolt which by the looks of it is a shear bolt, so you just basically keep doing it up until it snaps off, I think is the general flavour for that. There you do. 13, there we go. Actually, we don't really need the extension on there, do we? Right. Keep going until it snaps off. Oh, just like that. That was easy, wasn't it? Just like that. Right, let's have a look and see if this actually works now. Right, so here comes the moment of truth then. Does this miss the side, or have we been a bit stupid? And ooh, by about half a centimetre, that's all right. So that shuts like that, and then that just simply folds over like so, and you can click that into place, and then it's secure. Okay, that was in many respects, funnily enough, the easy bit. I think the one across the front is going to be a bit more challenging. I won't bother to film the driver's side, because of course that's basically exactly the same principle again. You know, there's no different, albeit different orientation. So without further ado, let's have a look at that one in the front and see what we got to do with that piece I've got to chop out.